YNW Melly's case just got a whole lot messier. While most people are focused on his murder trial, there's an entirely separate legal firestorm happening behind the scenes. And it involves his own defense attorney, secret search warrants, and accusations of a hidden conflict of interest. Let's break down what's really going on, and why this could change everything. Part 1. The Hidden Warrant. Back in December 2023, Melly's attorney, Raven Liberty, got a shocking notice. Apple told her that her account had been searched by law enforcement under a secret warrant. Let that sink in. A criminal defense lawyer mid-trial was being investigated by the prosecution while defending a death penalty case. Turns out, Detective Christina Luna was the affiant, the one who wrote up the affidavit used to get that search warrant. So naturally, Melly's legal team filed a motion to compel. They demanded to see that affidavit to understand why Liberty was being targeted and whether she could still ethically represent Melly. Part 2. The state says no. The prosecution fired back with a response saying, "Nope, they're not handing over the affidavit." They argue the investigation is still open, which means it's protected. They claim that forcing Detective Luna to answer questions about it would compromise a sensitive, ongoing case. They even cited legal precedent, like the City of Miami Beach versus Town case, which says you can't force law enforcement to reveal info from open investigations unless the defense proves it's truly necessary. But here's the twist. Liberty hasn't been charged with anything. It's been 18 months. And earlier this year, the judge ruled that this wasn't even an active investigation anymore. Part 3. The scheduling drama. Meanwhile, the court rescheduled an important hearing, moving it from 3 p.m. to 9:30 a.m. on July 9th. Sounds small, right? But none of the state's attorneys were available that morning. They immediately told the judge's office, "Hey, we can't make that time." But the court refused to move it back. So the state filed a motion to continue, basically saying, "This isn't fair. We need to be present. Let's stick to the original 3 p.m. slot that everyone agreed on in open court." It sounds petty, but it's actually serious. The hearings involve Melly's motion for rehearing and that same motion to compel about Raven Liberty. Part 4. The defense fires back. The defense came right back with another motion to compel, this time repeating their demand for the affidavit from Detective Luna. They argue, if the state says Liberty has a conflict so severe that she should be removed from the case, they have a right to know why. You can't just vaguely accuse someone and then refuse to hand over the evidence. The motion lays it all out. The affidavit is key to understanding what Liberty is even being accused of. The judge already said this isn't an ongoing investigation. The state didn't appeal that ruling, so it stands. And the state itself claims the Liberty issue is related to Melly's tampering case, so it's part of discovery. They also point out that this so-called conflict is affecting their ability to move forward. They're basically on pause until the Liberty issue is cleared up. Part 5. What's at stake? If the judge rules in favor of the state, Raven Liberty could be removed from the case, which would shake up Melly's entire defense strategy. If the judge rules in favor of the defense, they'll get access to the affidavit, and we might finally learn what exactly led the state to secretly investigate the lead defense attorney. And if the affidavit reveals weak or vague reasoning, it could actually blow back on the prosecution and raise serious ethical questions. Either way, this is about more than scheduling issues or sealed documents. It's about whether Melly can keep his legal team intact and whether the state has gone too far behind closed doors. This legal drama is still unfolding, and it could determine the future of YNW Melly's entire case. We're talking about secret warrants, alleged conflicts of interest, and courtroom moves that feel more like chess than justice. If you're following this case, make sure to subscribe because I'll be breaking down every motion, hearing, and bombshell that drops next. Drop a comment. Do you think the state is crossing the line here? Or are they just doing their job? Like, share, and hit that subscribe button if you want more courtroom drama, explained without the legal fluff. And follow me on TikTok and Instagram for fast updates and behind-the-scenes scoops.